Serving Tampa Bay since 1954. The Heritage Station. WTMP, Egypt Lake, Tampa, Clearwater, 97.5 in Pinellas.
All right, Gabriel, go on Facebook.
Go live. We are here with you today. Come on board. Make sure and share this with everyone. And like, please. Let us know you're out there.
All righty. All right, folks. It's that time again. Boy, it's been a rough day in Tampa Bay. Listening to many of the shows. I actually heard most of the shows this morning.
Did you?
So far.
That's why it's been so rough for you.
It's been interesting.
You don't listen so much.
Because Porch Talk Radio is the only show of its kind in this area.
Number one again.
And we do what we do. And I gotta say, it's some woke young people in Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
It's some woke young black folks in Tampa Bay.
And that can be good.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk, pretty much, about the election, kind of like everybody else. But again, we do it differently. We don't do it like. Listen to this show. Get your friends listen to the show. It's gonna be different than all the shows you've heard all day. It's the same topic, but we do it a little differently. So let me go ahead and get the show started. Jump on my quick little rant, and then we'll go from there. So anyway, Porch Talk Radio, Tampa Bay #1 urban show. And we've been doing this for 10 years. I'm gonna say we have radio personalities on this show. So some shows people get the show because they just got some money. They don't have talent on the shows, which makes it kind of hard for them to be listened to on a regular basis. But again, sometimes people actually like the people who doing the show, and that's why they keep coming back. So
they keep paying.
So we got a lot of folks who understand who this show is about, what this show is about, and so if you want to be on the show, call in number here, WTMP, 813-251-9867. 813-251-9867. If you call in during the show, we're gonna put you on the show. So that's simple enough, easy to live with. Now, if you want to call me, complain, cuss, fuss, talk about all the other stuff that's going on,
don't do it on the show.
Then call me on my cell phone number. Eddie Adams Jr. cell phone number, 813-12. Email me, text me. If you text me, text the cell phone. If you're gonna email me, Eddie, EDDIE, at PorchTalkRadio.com. PorchTalkRadio.com. All you guys on Facebook Live, we getting the hang of this Facebook Live thing. So we're coming. Again, each week I think we get a little bit better. We're getting the routine down. We're getting more viewers who actually see the show, and
thanks, Mom.
And they keep liking what they see, so they keep coming back. So anyway, today we're gonna start this show off talking about
elections.
The election.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Now, many of you guys, last week what I did when I started the show off, I talked about the candidates that I was supporting, helping, getting involved with, this year's election cycle, not just the primary. So I'm gonna tell you who those were. I had Donald Trump for president.
He made it.
Sheila Griffin, Congressional District 13, which is over in Pinellas. Chad Cronister for sheriff.
You made it easy.
Bob Henrique, property appraiser.
Did you make it?
April Griffith.
Made it.
Cindy Stewart.
No,
April Griffith was for tax collector.
She didn't make it.
Cindy Stewart was for clerk of the court.
She got it.
Sandra Merman. Sandra Merman was for city county commissioner, District 6. Selena Ward, school board, District 5. Sally Harris,
Yay.
School Board,
Sally.
District 7, and Danny Alvarez was Hillsborough County Circuit Court Group 30. Circuit Court Judge Group 30. So those were the people, you know, that I was trying to help some shape, form, or fashion, you know, talk about, you know, help, you know, give money to, you know, whatever kind of way, you know, have them on the show, you know, make a difference. So anyway, those were the people. Now, of those 10 people, we lost 4. Now, I'm just saying.
Compared to how many?
You know, of 10.
We're doing better than Barack Obama did.
You know, but again, at the end of the day, you know, it's you know, some of the races were over, like Trump races in November.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so he wasn't on the ballot this time around. Sheila Griffin was on the ballot, and she did not win. Chad Chronister was on the ballot. He did win, and he does have a runoff. There is a Democrat who we have to face down in November. Bob Henrique will be on the ballot in November. So some of these people will make it to November.
Okay.
You know, their race is not over.
They live to die another day.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. April Griffin did not win, you know, for tax collector, and
numbers were good.
Will not go to November. Cindy Stewart, her race is over. I don't think there's another. You know, I think she's it. She's in. She won, and congratulations, Cindy Stewart.
Yes.
Sandy Merman.
Ta-da.
Her race is in November.
She got the runoff.
So no, she's not a runoff. You know, it's just that if one Democrat and I think of one Republican. So that's that race. Selena Ward did not come in last. She was the new person, bright, intelligent.
She won't give up.
Vibrant.
She'll be back.
Somebody who's new to the field of politics, but I don't think we've seen the last of her. I hope we haven't seen the last of her.
She'll be back.
And you know, she's not just going to run till you win kind of a candidate. She's gonna win. You know, it's just a matter of, you know, time and fine tuning the process for her. She's gonna win. Take it right here, Porch Talk Radio. Selena Ward is gonna run and win whatever slot she chooses to run for next time out.
Take it to the bank.
Yeah. All right. Sally Harris won, but she do have to show up again in November to have a runoff. And Danny Alvarez did not win. He lost in his bid to be Hillsborough County Circuit Court judge. But Danny is another great young talent, and if he decides to run for anything else, that again, I mean, whatever he decides to do, he's gonna win. And that's the good thing about it. And I have said this many a day here on the radio. We need to get more young, new people involved in this process. Now, you know, again, some of the people we're talking about not in their 20s, you know, they're in their 30s, and some of them maybe
we call them seasons.
Yeah, they maybe they 30s or 40s, you know, but again, they're new to the process. That's what's important, because I hear all the time people talking about we keep remanufacturing, you know,
like retreads,
refurbishing, you know, the same old candidates and keep running them, you know, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But now it's a race, and I know it's a lot of crap going on. It's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of mess going on, you know, within the community. I told you guys more than once, we got to move the whole community forward. We got to elect people who moves the whole community forward. There's a state of being where I really don't want you guys to fall asleep at the switch. Now, nobody mentioned it all morning, but the last show. I got to bring it, you know, I got to bring it up that the last show, those ladies brought up, and this is my opinion, probably the most important race to the black community this cycle. Because Gwen Myers winning winning County Commission District 3 seat is very important to the community. Because that's a single member district seat. Now, this is not to make it us or them kind of thing, but the Hispanic community for years, probably 10 years, have been pushing to get a single member district seat for the Hispanics. Hey, they need to do what they need to do to make stuff happen. So they probably have had a master plan. This is, like I said before, this is not us against them, but Gwen Myers must defeat somebody in December, in November. And the person is a registered Republican, and they're not black, and from what I gather, they're not white. I think she's Hispanic.
What's her name, Will?
I remember, but
Moving on.
but the important thing is that if you don't show up in November and vote for Gwen Myers, you could lose County Commission seat 3. I'm telling you that now. Let me tell you folks, out of all the cussing and fussing and gunplay and all that other kind of stuff that you got going on, all the shenanigans that happen in the hood, what you don't want to do is lose a single member district seat to anybody. Because if you can't keep your own damn seat, you sure ain't gonna go take one from somebody else.
No, you're right.
You ain't gonna go beat up and take a district that's not predominantly black. You can't keep the one that's black. How in the hell you gonna go win one where it's only a couple of black folks in the whole district? And some of them in there done that way for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't
gerrymandered, right?
You sure ain't gonna go down South Tampa and doing the damn thing. Cause them people show up at the polls and vote.
Oh yeah, they do.
Every cycle.
Big.
I don't care if it's nothing but dog catcher on the ballot. They're gonna show up and they're gonna vote. And you have just proven to me, and this is something I think everybody's kind of brought up and said, that the turnout in the hood, the turnout for black folks in Tampa Bay, for this election cycle was low. It wasn't extra high, it was low. Meaning that some of you guys, and I understand some of it, but I'm a political. I think you should vote in every election, no matter what. I'm like the folks in South Tampa. I show up if ain't nothing on the ballot but dog catcher. Guess what? I'm gonna have a saying: which damn dog catcher catches the damn dogs?
But Eddie, you're gonna research.
I'm just telling you that right now.
And you're gonna research that dog catcher too.
Well, I'm gonna know
what you've been doing. That's right.
I'm gonna know why
That's
I'm voting, but I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna be involved in the process. Now, what we have done, and we got a scenario here where there is so much shenanigans and other stuff going on. And what we do what we do on Monday morning. We sit back and talk about how so and so did so and so to so and so.
Mm-hmm.
That's our main conversation. And at some point in time, that's entertaining.
But
politics is not a spectator sport. You got to get involved. Too many of our people on the sideline talking about who did what to who and why and all that kind of stuff. They're doing the after election voting analysis as opposed to being out there voting and taking their cousin and taking their aunt and Bubba and Joanne and Judy and all them other folks, to the polls and making them vote. Now, if you don't do that in November, now hell, I'm gonna tell you the hell gonna come because later I'm gonna start talking about how we supporting Trump and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Then y'all get mad at me. But listen to this stuff I'm trying to tell you now, because this is about keeping your single member district black. Because if you don't show up on November the 3rd to vote, and I'm giving Gwen Myers this because she is the candidate that's there. She is there. She's representing this community. And at the end of the day, if you don't show up, because I'm going to tell you, there's some things that you guys not being politicos may not understand. There are Republicans in District 3. Now, so if for some reason or other you thought there was none,
Mm-hmm.
they never had a candidate to vote for.
No.
Because usually Republicans pretty much have wrote off the district because it was a black district and that and that.
Right.
But if you look around Tampa, a lot of communities that used to be black ain't black no more. And I do mean ain't black no more. It may be Ebonics. I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying. And more of these people are coming into the community. More and more of these people are voting. More and more of these people are changing the face of the community, and they vote. You don't, and they know that.
Now, Eddie, I know where this conversation is right now, and I understand your push to get the black community off their backside
Yeah.
to get out there and go vote.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to bring another angle to this.
Yeah.
For one thing, I understand there's Hispanics going to be running against Mr. Guire.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be of the other mindset saying, you know what, I just hope the best one wins. It helps the communities, period. That's on that. Now,
Yeah.
back to your voting thing here. You're saying that if the black community loses this, Mr. McGuire, they're going to be
Meyer.
They're going to be
Gwen
fighting.
Meyer.
They're going to be fighting, try and get somebody's seat or try and get that back.
Yeah.
So once you got it, you need to hold on to it, and you hold on to it by showing up. And like Eddie said, get your mama, get your grandmama, get them all lined, get them in, stuff them in the car, take them down there to vote. Now, with the voting, Eddie's talking about other people coming into our community now, and they're beginning to change voting patterns.
They are.
My concern, as a Hispanic conservative, is that they're coming down from the north, where they've destroyed it, by just repeatedly voting one way, that has left their towns in shambles and burning down right now. Burning down. A lot of the towns that are specifically Democrat controlled for decades are burning down right now. And they're coming down south because they gave up with us. I said, forget it. We've created our own third world shit, whatever over here. And now we're going to go down to Florida and do it again. And Eddie's saying, but they're coming into the black communities and they're going to change voting patterns in there as well. So back to what he originally started saying, get off your backside and get the family together and go vote.
And look at it like this. And this is me, saying to Gabriel and that community. The Hispanics need, and they have been, trying to get a single member Hispanic district in Tampa Bay for at least 10 years. It's come up several times. Now, I don't begrudge them the fact of getting the act together, getting the candidate on the ballot, and taking the district. And like I say, if you don't show up, that's what's going to happen. Because the woman who's running in November against Gwen Myers is Hispanic, and she's Republican. Which are two districts and two groups, which pretty much have not showed up in county commission District 3
right.
voting over
You're
the
right.
years.
Yeah.
So if you take it for granted that you're gonna win that, and
Don't do it, folks.
you ain't gotta show up, and you ain't gotta vote, and you ain't gotta work.
No.
Now me and my wife were having a political conversation before I came in today. So normally we don't talk politics, But she understands, and I understand that this is really not about what you traditionally think about when you're doing politics. Because I'm gonna tell you something. If you ever if black folks lose a single member district, be it city, county, state, I don't give a crap what. If you lose one of them, you ain't gonna get it back, ever. You see what I'm saying? Because it took a lot of work
to get it,
to make it happen, to start with.
Yeah.
And you've kept it, but it ain't guaranteed to you.
How long they had it, Eddie?
But they've had it for 50 years.
Really?
Yes.
Ooh.
But
But
time is, how long? How long can you keep it? Once you got it, how long can you keep it?
people get lazy.
And I'm telling you something that kind of spilling over from the show before us. It was a 22-year-old young lady who called in, and I usually don't do this, but I'm doing it because it makes a difference. And some of the stuff she said, and I could tell she was woke. And she kind of shocked a few people because she said some stuff that that most of us know, and a lot of black folks over 40, over 50, you will ignore or you will rationalize some of the stuff about the Republican Party and some of the stuff about the Democratic Party. And, I think the way she says she dealt with it, she didn't vote. Now, and this is a conservative black Republican telling you. For us, that's a win. For us, I'm just telling you. If the young black folks stay home, don't go out and vote at all, we still win. I hope you heard what I just said. We still win. Because there's a whole movement afoot right now that's happening within the black community. Trump and Kamala Harris, it's gonna be hard on you. I'm not feeling sorry. I'm just telling you, there's a lot of black folks that will not be voting Democrat in November. Well, they won't be voting for the Democratic presidential candidate in November because people are waking up, and some of these young people, they've made up their own mind. They stopped listening to you old fogies and that bull crap you've been feeding them for years and years and years and years. Some of them have educated themselves. Some of them have looked into real black history and figured out that a lot of the stuff that white folks have been indoctrinating you with for years and years and years, and you never sought to open your own eyes, make your own decision, vote for people who you actually know gonna do what they say they're gonna do, or at least have an inkling that they say they're gonna do what they say they're gonna do. They've got involved, and you just saying do what I say because I say it ain't good enough no more. But that's young people, period. And some of these young black folks, I am actually looking at this next election as a lot of you folks gonna be crying again. I'm just saying. Well, you're gonna be crying.
And Eddie, something you said earlier about people getting comfortable with them having a certain district seat, thinking, "Oh, we'll just keep it." In 1996, Elijah Cummings took over in Baltimore, that seat, and he held it until he died in 2019. And a black conservative lady took it over. She won. It was like almost 85% of the vote. She took that from whoever was there that was trying to run against her. The numbers were so small. She won by 70.6%. The next one down was at 11.8. Now that seat had been a Democrat seat for a long time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now the fact that Mr. Cummings, God rest his soul, did nothing for that community, that didn't help. And when Kimberly Classic, I believe, walked through that neighborhood, showing the ghetto that made the ghetto look bad, she said, "You want to continue this?" Wow.
Well, I saw that too.
That was powerful. That was powerful.
Well, she made
those bright red shoes.
She made a video. She made a video, and that's coming. It used to be a time when all the blacks were Democrats, all the black congressmen and senators and candidates. Well, we got people who understand that the black community is not a monolith.
Wait a minute.
We're not the same. We're not all thinking alike, looking alike. We are as different as our looks. We go from white to jet black.
Eddie, you're not agreeing with Joe Biden's term that he said just a while back.
No.
That only the Hispanics are the ones that are all different from different parts of the regions.
Joe
but the
Biden's
black, all the black people are all the same. They're monolithic. So they'll just keep doing what they've been doing, expecting the same thing, Eddie.
Joe Biden's an idiot. Okay, now
moving on.
That being said, part of what I'm trying to say to the community.
Okay.
If you assume because it's always been, it will always be. You will wake up one day, and you will be crying at the results, and it's too late at that point to change them. I am telling you now, wake up. I don't care if you don't like Gwen Myers or if you love Gwen Myers or whatever the deal is. if you don't vote for president, vote in the county commission District 3 race this cycle. I'm telling you, because the presidential race, you'll live with the president, well, no matter who wins.
True.
You see what I'm saying? That's not going to make a change historically in your local district. That Gwen Myers race, like I'm telling you right now, and I'm a Republican. It's a lot of Republicans in this district that just have not showed up to vote. Don't let them wake up and decide to go vote, and you home and sleep.
So Eddie's doing his best to tell you to get off your whatever and get out there and vote. And Eddie and I in the show, we've been for 10 years now together. We've been a top-rated show. We just like to bring truth to your front door. This is not CNN where rich black people tell non-rich black people how racism prevents them from becoming rich black people. Eddie's not rich. I've known Eddie for a long time. He's a good man, but he's not. We're just being honest with you. Yeah. And if you don't get out and get motivated and get into your neighborhood, and if anything, find out what the issues are. Find out. Go to the meetings. Find out. Get involved. Now you become a part of the solution, a part of the answer, as a part of the problem. Just complaining, putting a magnifying glass on it, that doesn't help your community, period.
And again, there are some candidates who are not black who are good for the community. Mm-hmm. Let me say that.
Oh.
There are some candidates who are not black who are good for your community. But sometimes given a choice, and you have a good black person and a good some other person, you know, I am 100% going to always vote for the good black person, because they've been telling me for years, you're represented by all these other people, blacks, white, blue, green, gray, whoever.
Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson.
Whoever they send up, and they represent you. But they do not. I am telling you. Because if you take the average black person, male or female, no matter where they come from in the United States, a 5-minute conversation will prove to you that our history is pretty much the same and has been dictated by a country that treats us all alike. I am sorry. Take your black behind through Mississippi and do certain things. I don't give a crap where you come from in the United States of America. Drive through Mississippi one time at night and stop or do something,
Eddie,
you know, on the side of the road. I don't care how light black you are or how dark black you are. There's a certain way you're going to get treated.
Eddie, I'm Hispanic, and I wouldn't even do that. I have driven through Mississippi in the middle of the night and going, there's no way. I'm just coasting to the next state if I have to.
Right, don't stop for gas.
No, pass through, nothing.
When they say pass through, truly, just pass through.
Keep going.
Certain places. And that's what I'm telling you. You know, there's a certain, you know, conversation, you know, that black folks can have no matter where you come from in this country. And it's going to be pretty much a conversation that's going to have some similarity that will knock you on your butt. Okay, I know we got a caller, and we're going to go ahead and get through the caller. But welcome, caller, welcome to Porch Talk Radio this Saturday afternoon. Who are you? Where you calling from? What say you? Hello?
It's Joe Robinson, man. Yo, what's in it when it comes to the Republican Democrat? I heard you talking about Gwen Myers,
Yes.
Mara Cruz land. That
Right.
Seattle Wells Blue. Daddy had to loan her $8,900 just to get in the race.
Yeah.
Listen to me. It ain't gonna happen. This ain't a countywide race where Republicans might get a break.
They got
Okay,
some in that district.
Countywide race. Huh?
They got some in that district.
Ain't enough for them to win, man. Listen, I bet you lunch at Malio that Gwen Myers run away and knock this girl out the shop, so black folks and even Hispanic folks are gonna turn up and vote for her. So Joe Robinson supporting Gwen Myers now. I want everybody to know that. Y'all know how I roll with it. So get ready. Y'all want to play that Republican thing at it? This is what I'm going to have to bite the bullet on, man. This is the only way to bite the bullet on that seat. So I'm just letting you know, man, Joe Robinson is out there working on it, doing opposition research, and it don't look good for your candidate out there. That's all I got to say, brother. But y'all keep up the show. Keep pumping it up, because you know we need to get everybody out to vote, and keep on, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Joe. I'm glad you called.
God bless you. See, folks, there's somebody giving his opinion, and that's okay. This is still America. We can still give opinions here. We're good.
Well, the good thing about it, and this is one thing I want you guys to know
But he's involved.
and realize, is that there's organizations, not one, not two, a bunch of organizations. Kind of, I'm kind of a go between a lot of these black conservative groups and organizations, and there's more chatter among black folks about not voting for Biden and Harris, than any election cycle, even before Trump. Trump was one of them things. Okay, Trump ain't gonna win. Everybody knew Trump wasn't gonna win. Trump won.
And Eddie, I gotta say thank you to Mr. Barack Obama. If it would not been for a Barack Obama, we would not have a Trump.
That I agree. But the thing about it, Trump has been here, and what he has done, he has shown. And again, like I say, by the time this is over, a lot of you guys who didn't like me before, you're gonna like me even less. But
just pray for us.
Don't care. Sometimes it's about truth.
Mm-hmm.
There's something that's happening in the country, and that's why it's called being awoke, being awake, in which you can't tell me crap that I see with my own eyes every day. You can't keep telling me this crap ain't real. You can't keep saying, the boogeyman gonna get you. The boogeyman gonna get you. And sometimes you wake up and the boogeyman is there, and you slap the hell out of him. I'm just saying, you just slap the boogeyman in his effing face.
They just, this being woke thing. Goodyear this week has found out about being woke. There's a particular region, they're out of Kansas, that put up their little HR slide saying that you could not be a supporter and wear a shirt or a cap that said Blue Lives Matter. That was not allowed. And you could not do a mega hat, like what I've got now. There you go, folks, on Facebook, you see me. You couldn't do that. That was against company rules. But you could do a Black Lives Matter, which is the opposite of those other two. That was okay. That was just fine. And when Mr. Trump said, no, that's not fine. You're going to go against defunding the police? That's going to affect who? The black people, the minorities, Hispanics, the most.
Right.
That's the dumbest thing you could do.
Right.
So at this point, Mr. Trump said, no, this is bad. And somebody asked him, can we just swap the tires out on the Beast? He said, you know what? You find me a good deal, we'll talk. He meant it, and their stocks started to go down. Goodyear came back on and said, no, that was just that region, but they never backed away from it.
Right. Well, anyway, we got another caller. Caller, welcome to Porch Talk Radio this Saturday. We're bringing some truth and light to the past election and the results. Like I say, I am not trying to change your mind. I'm just trying to wake you up. Make up your own mind, make up your own decision.
Cold water.
Do your own research. So, welcome to Porch Talk Radio this Saturday afternoon. Who are you? Where you calling from? What say you? Hello?
Hello. My name is Vivian Hayward. And
Yes.
I'm calling from Tampa.
Yes, ma'am.
And what I'm calling about is our next county commissioner in District 3, Gwendolyn Myers. She will take it. We will be out there in numbers on every corner doing what we have to do to reinsure and make sure that she gets into that seat. So this is Vivian Hayward. I've been with her from the beginning, and I'm going to be with her to the end. Thank you so very much, and you all have a blessed day.
Thank you.
That makes a difference.
Thank you. And that's
people that care, people that get involved, like this lady here.
Right.
That makes it.
And that's what it's all about. What I am doing the, like Paul Revere. The British are coming, the British are coming, the British are coming. I am sounding the alarm. Okay, first of all, and it's almost laughable for black folks in Tampa Bay to be overconfident about something.
Imagine that.
I'm just
what
saying,
are you saying?
I'm just saying, don't make some assumptions. Don't write no checks that your butt can't cash. That's what the folks used to say when I was a kid. Don't write that big old check. Because now what you got to do, you got to actually write a check. You won't win money to win that race. You better get a whole bunch of folks to write some checks because money is not going to be the issue on the other side. That lady going to get some money, and it's going to come from a whole bunch of places. And we know how money shows up in some of these races. Now, I'm just saying, black folks, somehow, we don't never get it. But it shows up some of these times for other candidates. So don't be upset, don't be alarmed, don't be bent out of shape if this thing don't happen the way you want it. The only way it's going to happen the way you want it to happen is for you to put your 2 cents in. You got to get up. You got to work. You got to show up at some of these places. You got to help. You got to volunteer. You got to get some money. I'm telling you how you win the election. You know, I'm a political. I understand it. You know, and I've been both Democrat and Republican, and I'm telling you how it works. It don't give a crap whether you're Democrat or Republican. There's certain things that you got to do. There's certain things you got to have, and for the community to stick your chest out. You pat beating your chest like King Kong. You mess around, and be lumped over there crying, in a fetal position, because you got your butt stomped so bad. I'm just saying.
So this would have nothing to do with your skin color.
No.
This would have to do with you just not getting off your backside and going out and doing something about it. Like this lady that just called, has been on the team for this lady that said, no, we're going to be out there. We're going to be doing it. We're going to be out on the street corner with signs, whatever we got to do. That lady is committed.
And don't worry about none of the polls. I'm going to tell you,
get it?
I'm telling you something about poll. The only poll that matter in any race ever is the one on election day, election night. That's the only poll that matters. Because you could be ahead in every poll in the country and still get your butt whooped as more people turn up and vote for your opponent. Being a candidate, I know and I understand that. And that's important for you to know and understand what's within your limits, what's within your range. Let me say something else too. District 5 for school board. Okay, District 5 is a single member district within the county. Some of those other races, I'm just saying something I heard this morning, I'm just making a correction. Some of those other races are county-wide races. Okay. It's a difference between a school board race that everybody in the county can vote for and a race where you have to live in the district to vote for that particular candidate.
Okay.
Okay. Sally Harris was in a county-wide race.
Yeah, my vote.
That means everybody in the county could vote for Sally Harris. Selena Ward, Tammy Schamberger, Shake Washington, those folks was in a district race, which means if you don't live in the district, you can't vote for those people to win or lose those particular races. So the number is not going to be 200 and some thousand folks voting for Tammy Schamberger and Shake Washington and Selena Ward and Elvis Pickett. It's not. It don't work like that. So a lot of you folks got to understand a little bit. That's basic politics. Know whether the person is running in a district, and it's only people in that little district, or it's countywide. And usually, if it's countywide, that's when you see the big 200,000 or 300,000 people voting for somebody. If it's 30 or 40,000 people, more often than not, it's a district race, and only certain people in a certain small geographical area can actually vote for those people. So the voter turnout was low, but I don't give a crap if it was 100% or 99%. It still wasn't going to be 200,000 or 300,000 people voting in that school board district race. Just so you know.
Now, Eddie, just to add on those numbers you just said there, back to Elijah Cummings' district, because I just happen to have that on my computer right now. There was a total of about 12,000, 14,000 people that voted in that race. Out of that big old town, 14,000 voted, and 11,000 was won by Kimberly Classic, I believe is her name. So she won, and the lowest vote was 854 people. So that's small numbers, Eddie.
Yeah.
That's real small numbers.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure all the districts are as big as 11,000.
Yeah.
Or 14,000. Someone probably gets, a few hundred people, you think?
Yeah. So let me do this while we got a break.
Come
on this date. We're going to get this in, and then I'll let you do your ramble, and then whatever else left, we'll talk about
Clean it up.
Democratic convention that just happened.
96 hours of lost time,
over the last week. So anyway, on this day, August the 22nd, 1775, the American colonists were proclaimed to be in the state of open rebellion by England's King George III.
Rebellion.
Yes, we was the country was in open rebellion. On this day, August the 22nd, 1846, the U.S. annexed New Mexico. That's when we got New Mexico. On this date, 1950, Althea Gibson became the first black tennis player to participate in a national competition. And on this date, August the 22nd, 1973, Henry Kissinger was named Secretary of State by U.S. President Nixon. Kissinger won the Nobel Peace Prize in that same year.
He's still around, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still around. He's alive.
Maybe 100 something.
He shows up every now and then in a picture with some of the still living presidents. So, Gabriel, let's go ahead and get your two cents in.
You know, folks, it's been an interesting week. As Goodyear has said that they're woke, and then they're kind of woke, and then they're not really quite sure, but they're still not backing away from BLM. So at this point, their stock still continues to kind of take a dip, and the people, their employees or the victims, they just want a job.
Yeah.
But the corporate liberals saying no, we're going to direct this in a certain direction, and of course they'll give money to BLM as well. So aside from that, the next big manufactured crisis we got going on is going to be the post office. How many of you know the post office has been a mess ever since it's existed? We know that they've lost over $78 billion over the years, and taxpayers have had to cover that. Never has there been any reform put in place to try and help the post office. $78 billion since 2007. Taxpayers forced to pay at least 7 unions that represent the workers are demanding tens of billions of dollars to protect the status quo with no reforms, folks. Kind of like Puerto Rico, just keep throwing money at it. Maybe they'll figure it out some year. And then also, I've noticed that everyone who is for abortion is already born. Isn't that weird? Kamala Harris, they call her chameleon also. She said back in 2016, I'm an Indian. She said just recently, I'm black. She said just a few months back, Biden is a racist and has had sexually assaulted women. And she just recently said, I love Biden. Says she has said, I'm a moderate. She has said, I'm progressive. She has said Medicare for all. She has said private insurance is the best way to go. Folks, I'm not really sure she knows what day it is, much less what she really is. We know she was raised in Canada by her mom, who's Indian, or from India. So she's trying to play like Warren, who said she was an Indian, but she had, you who are listening right now have more Indian in your right pinky than she did in her whole body, but whatever. It's just politics. And then, of course, the Atlanta right now, we know Atlanta has not had a Republican mayor since 1879.
Yeah.
That's about 141 years.
Yeah.
The city's crime, poverty, and unemployment is owned by the Democratic failed policies for too many decades, folks. That has to change. And then you said we're going to talk about the convention at the end here?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, the convention, 96 hours of just wasted time. If you can actually, those of you that listened, and I know from the statistics already, half of you listened to it, and half of that won't confess it. That's all right. It says, I ask all of you that did watch it, if you can articulate, tell me, in other words, what will Joe do for jobs? What will Joe do to secure our streets? What will Joe do to stand up to China? Can you think of anything on the DNC's position on that? If you're coming up with zero, you're right. And then finally, Eddie, just the years these politicians have been in there, we know that Dianne Feinstein, Democrats, been in there for 60 years. We know that Biden's been there for 51 years, and suddenly he has a clue, and he's suddenly going to fix something. If he had an idea, why didn't he tell Obama? Sorry. 54 years for Leahy, 47 years for Maxine Waters, 45 years for Chuck Schumer, 33 years for Pelosi. How has all of those years combined helped the black community, the Hispanic community? Zero. It's kept them where they're at. They have to keep some kind of control to keep their power. That's all I got.
Thank you, Gabriel. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
So part of what we do here, and again, you know, there are people who really don't like me because I think differently than they do. I won't fight you about that. I won't, argue with you about that because again, I figure you got your own reason. You come through and see the world through your own set of luggage, through your own set of rose-colored windows, and you got that way for a reason. Now, part of that, over the years, has been propaganda and indoctrination. For a long time, I was a Democrat, that's all I knew. But I was not political. I didn't know and understand the difference between the two parties. I was a Democrat because everybody I knew was a Democrat.
Family?
Everybody in my family is still a Democrat. But at some point in time, I, as they say nowadays, I woke up and I started looking and I found out stuff for myself. I have been a candidate in both parties. I heard someone say this morning that that the Hillsborough County Democratic Executive Committee or party takes the black what they call it, the black I can't remember, black caucus, the black Democratic caucus for granted. Haven't showed anything. Well, I've seen that from the inside. I've seen both Democratic parties from the inside and Republican Party from the inside. As for the two entities, I have figured out that I get along better with the Republicans than I did with the Democrats. That's why I'm a Republican. So it was my own personal journey. I've not only been a candidate on both sides, I have worked as a consultant on both sides. And I actually went to Washington, D.C. several times to take issues, to talk to candidates, and talk to national folks about how we make Tampa better. Like I say, I'm not patting my chest, about it. I'm just saying that the reason I am who I am, why I am, is from a whole bunch of personal experience that got to do with how the system works and who's running the system.
So you said, Eddie, you researched, you studied, you read information.
Yeah.
That was maybe from a different source or a few different sources.
Well, I questioned the status quo.
Okay.
Part of it was I knew people who was political experts, but ain't never been involved in politics. But they was experts at politics, knew everything about everybody, but ain't ever been involved in it.
Never done it.
Ain't volunteered to help no damn body.
Wow.
Ain't ran a campaign, ain't been a consultant, ain't done none of this other stuff. So they got street knowledge.
You mean Sesame Street knowledge?
Street. M Street, W Street, Lincoln Avenue knowledge, as they say in Lake Wales.
Nice. That's a nice walk.
Yeah. It come from the hood, and there's a whole bunch of stuff out there. But at the end of the day, you gotta be enough so that you question. Now I'm like this: question it, and whatever you find is the best avenue for you to take that for you. But now you know how you got there. You ain't there because of Bernie Brown and Bubba Smith and some other folks told you that this was the way to go. You just trust their judgment. Get your own damn judgment. Make your own reason. You be the person that informs other people as to what's going on. And if they ask you a question about politics, which I tell folks all the time, if you ask me something, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to tell you what the hell, I think. Now, I'm going to tell you at the beginning, this is my opinion. So you take everything from there with the understanding that I've developed an idea about it, now I'm giving it to you. Now, you can either believe me or not believe me, but what I want to do is stimulate you to go do some research on your own. Go get involved on your own. Go make the next step on your own for yourself. And that way, at the end of the process, you ain't upset with me. You ain't upset with you. You ain't mad at some candidate who ain't trying to pull the wool over your eye. You just thought some wrong stuff about them, and somebody else fed into that, and all you heard was the good stuff and none of the bad stuff. And there's a lot of shenanigans goes on in politics.
So you're saying, again, research, go look for yourself. And ladies and gentlemen, this is still America. Don't be afraid to voice your opinion, as we do here on the show. I've got a good Christian friend of mine told me just yesterday, he's telling me, he had a challenging time with Christian friends that said they were going to vote for Trump. And I said, that's good. He said, yeah, that's good. But I got a lot of Christian friends that are going to vote for Biden. I said, they're not Christians. He said, what do you mean? Well, if one side stands for life, and the other side, which Kamala Harris is even after birth abortion she wants, you've got the opposite on the other side. If they call themselves Christians, they're going to stand before the throne one day and answer to God and say, I didn't vote for that one because I didn't like his tone. Them New Yorkers, they're kind of rough. And the other one sounded nicer. And millions of babies continue to be killed. You're going, no, that is, Eddie, you got to be able to speak it and say, that's not right.
But that's what I got, that's what I was saying earlier. It is, there's and someone told me this the other day, everybody don't have the little devil and the angel sitting on their shoulder.
Oh.
The demon on one side and the angel with the halo on the other side. And you go through a filtering system when you make your decisions, be they good and bad, because you got a conscience that's saying, oh, don't do that, that's wrong, why would you do so and so and so? Then something else poking you saying, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. You're going to love it. You're going to like it. And at the end of the day, you feel bad, after you've done it. That's the system that we filter, our decisions. And there's reward, and there's regret. When you take it through the reward, regret process, you're gonna. That's why I say some of you guys are gonna be crying come November the 4th. Because on November the 3rd, Trump is going to win. Trump, you got a gut feeling that telling you Trump going to win, but what your head and all the stuff you see and all the people you listening to keep telling you. But look at black folks now, and look at black folks 4 years ago, and look at black folks 10 years ago when Obama was running. You had somebody that got people in your community up and talking. They say, oh yeah, I ain't never, we ain't gonna never have a black president. I'm gonna make sure history is made. This. People black folks had a reason to go to the poll and vote. The first black president ever. That was something that was magical. It was historical.
Eddie, but even being a racist nation, that wasn't supposed to happen because we know when we looked at the statistics for America, 17%, 16.7% of the population is black.
But white folks
twice.
White folks elected Obama.
No doubt about that. Eddie, come on now, don't start that. Are you going to say just because Mama was white?
No, I'm saying white folks elected Barack Obama. Every president, no matter who we get, white folks elect them because that's who shows up and vote. They show up and vote every election cycle. Now sometimes the white women may be against the white men or whatever the deal was. Now I'm gonna tell you, and we got a call. We're gonna get it on quickly because I tell y'all every week about waiting to the last minute to call the show.
There you go.
So welcome to Porch Talk Radio this Saturday afternoon. Caller, who are you? Where you calling from? What say you? Be quick. Hello.
I just want to know, y'all be on there every week talking negative.
Hello,
what have
Adam.
y'all done for the city of Tampa?
Well, what I would tell you, if TMP will give you a show, they will sell you a show. They got time on Saturday and Sundays where if you want to have a show to talk negatively, positively, sideways, front ways, back ways, any kind of way you want to talk, you can do that. But see, on my show, Eddie Adams Jr., what's going to happen is I'm going to tell you what I think is good, what's a good conversation, and after 10 years, I'm still here. So Porch Talk Radio being the #1 urban show, Tampa Bay, black folks, white folks, Hispanics, Indians, everybody. I have some of everybody who listen to this show. So what I'm saying appeals to somebody, even if it don't appeal evidently we're entertaining because that's why people do it. So folks on Facebook, Facebook
Thank you for watching
Live,
us.
thank y'all for looking.
Like and share.
And everybody else, thank you for coming. And it's important because you get plenty of that other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You get all the
Hours.
liberal stuff all time,
In the
all
morning.
night, all day.
CNN, NBC, ABC,
You got
CBS.
one source to get the kind of stuff that we're talking
Truth.
about here. And I told you that when we started the show. And I tell you that every week when we start the show. This ain't the same show. And I can't make you, Eddie Adam Jr., sitting here in the studio, can't make you sit at home or in your car or on your porch or your patio by the pool.
With friends and family.
Out in the country. I can't make you listen to this show. So if you are listening to this show,
We thank you first.
and calling in and saying I'm
God bless
speaking negatively, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say thank you very much for listening to the show.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Because that's what it's about.
Our ratings are top.
You don't have to agree with me,
Mm-hmm. But you can think.
but if I give you something and it sticks in your head,
Go research it.
more than 10 minutes after this show is
Go
over
research
with,
it.
I have done my job.
Woo! A thorn on your side. Oh, that's a Bible verse. Never mind that one.
I'm just saying, if I say something in that 1 hour that I'm on the air, and you think about it for more than 10 minutes after this show is over,
Go research it.
I have done what I'm supposed to be doing. Because all I'm here to do is bring you information.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end
Look
of the
it up.
day, that information is supposed, and I'm saying supposed, it don't always, it's supposed to uplift the entire community. That's the way I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I do something and it's tearing down the community, it's a bunch of shows that got a bunch of mess,
Mm-hmm.
that tear down the community, and we are good at beating each other up. We will tear a hole.
Oh, big time.
We'll tear a hole
Hispanics
in
the same,
somebody else's
blacks
butthole.
same.
We good
go
at
for
that. We good at that. Elected official, non-elected official, we don't give a crap. We'll tear some holes and some black butts.
So-
that's what we do.
But be able to bring solutions to the table. If we give you some information and you don't like it, go research and you find out, wow, there really is something to this. Now you have something. You have a truth. The thing is, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to go vote? Are you going to get some other people motivated to go vote?
Or you
Are you
can
going to get your
call
own show?
Or you can
Come
call
on.
me. Because I give my phone number out at the beginning of every show. Every show I do, I give my cell phone. If you disagree with me that wholeheartedly,
Yeah.
call me. We can talk about it. I have no problem with that because what I say is based upon experience and background and checking and double checking. And at the end of the day, it's like religion. I'm not trying to recruit you. I'm not trying to make you change your religion or change your soul. All I'm trying to do is try to make you think about something. And if, like I said, if you think about it for more than 10 minutes after the show goes off, God bless you. And until next week,
Perfect. Thank you, sir, for calling.
same time, same bat channel, Tampa Bay. Us folks here at Porch Talk Radio, we love you. See you then.
God bless America.
Bye-bye.